Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the module 2. Today we are going to discuss about the module 2, cloud computing architecture and the Aneka. In the previous module, we have discussed about the introduction to cloud computing, and also we discussed about the virtualization and what are the parameters are available for the virtualization. For example, if I want to access the data, what all the virtualization techniques are available. So with this fundamental knowledge, we will move on to the module 2 called as a cloud computing architecture. Yeah. So cloud computing architecture. Cloud computing architecture can be explained with this basic diagram. Always remember what we discussed in the module 1. Same thing is incorporated, but here we are adding in some of the additional features related to the parameters. Now, whenever I see this diagram, you can see the x-axis where we have mentioned about the different types of units. For example, the innermost layer is a cloud resources. Second unit is a VM, virtual machine. Third unit is a cloud hosting platform. And fourth is a programming environments and the applications related to cloud. So when I see the x-axis side, that is talks about the platforms. It may be an infrastructure can be considered as a service. Platforms can be considered as a service, or we can also consider the software as a services. Now, when I see the right side of the y-axis, you can see there it is an automatic cloud economy, and also it is an adaptive management. Now, before going to the things, you also see in the y-axis in the left side where they are mentioning about the system infrastructure, core middleware, user level middleware, and also the user application. So these are the things we have to remember. Now I'll going to explain you one by one. So whenever I say with respect to the platforms, for example, respect to the category, you always categorize the unit into 3. For example, if I say IaaS, infrastructure can be a service, you have to discuss about the 3 things. One is about the resources, system infrastructure, and the core middleware, that is about the innermost layer or the physical hardware components, which can also be used for virtually. For example, what I told here, the storage units or the physical resources available in one location. However, I want to use that hardware resources and the storage device virtually. In a different location, a customer may be sitting and he is going to access our hardware devices virtually. To interface this, you must know about the virtual machine where what we discussed in the module 1. Fine. So similarly, if I talk about the platform, whenever I want to say, it is completely bounded within a middle layer called as a hosting platform or a cloud hosting platform, or within a SLAs, or it may talks about your negotiation of the hardware devices, what you have purchased, how it has been taken up into the agreement level, what is the ethical parameters, how much only I can access, only a portion of the hardware devices can be given, 50% of the resources is given to an access. So these are all called as a service level agreement, or it is called as a negotiation between a user and a client. So this is also involved in the platform while I'm going to take up, because this hardware has to understand the programming language that, as I told in the module 1, it is a platform, it is an operating system, under that operating system I can build one application through some of the software. So all these comes into a picture of an platform as a service. Similarly, once I want to develop an application, that is called as a software as a service. So we are going to take up some of the software programming language. As I told in the module 1 also, you are going to learn about the Web 2.0 with a rich internet application also. So now, my dear students, always remember in this diagram, 2 innermost layer, cloud resources and VM, physically they are called as an IaaS. When I talk about the cloud hosting platform, this talks about the PaaS. Similarly, you can see the PaaS completely also be considered by including the hardware device also. And then we are talking about the platforms or the software which we are going to use it to develop the application. Clear? So these are all some of the parameters we must have a knowledge how it has been taken care. So similarly, if I say all these 3 layers are adaptive management, I can incorporate, I can configure as per the request, as per the category, because we also discuss about the types of a clouds. If I based on the specific cloud, if it is a community cloud, how I can manage, how I can configure, how I can adopt the changes. Similarly, how the economy will be concentrated, how the automatically things can be modified. So this is about a basic fundamental architecture of a cloud computing. So now we are going to see some of the names what are being used in the 3 layers. If I say it is an IaaS, you can talk about the virtual machineWare, VMware. We can talk about, if I say PaaS, you can talk about the accounting, service level agreements, or a management, or a pricings, control pricing, negotiation. These are the words. When I say application, to develop the application, you need a software. We'll talk about the software programming language, like a distributed programming language, or a concurrent programming language, or a scripting programming languages. Example, Web 2.0 or a mashups we are going to use. Similarly, some of the applications developed under these softwares and the platform is, it is a where it is related to a social computing, it is related to an enterprises, or it may be related to the scientific computing, this may be related to the networking. So these are all the some of the locations or some of the domains where the applications has been developed. I hope this is about understood the concept, and always remember, whenever I say the right side of the diagram, it is adaptive management. I can make the modification according to the customer demand, and also it is an economy, the cloud economy. There is a one cloud called as an economic cloud computing. So similarly, we can talk about the negotiation of the cost. Based on that also, there is an accessibility and the configuration and computing can be done. That is called as an automatic cloud economy. Clear? So with this is talks about the architecture of a cloud computing. So here also I want to say, you can see some of the clusters are there, some of the storage devices are there, some of the CPU images, physical resources, the hardware components which will work on the virtual machines like in a VMM, all those things. So once if you understood this diagram, the remaining 2 diagrams are simple, similar to the infrastructure implementation, platform implementation. So in the next class, we are going to learn about the hardware implementation, how it is going to take care, platform implementation, how it is going to take care. Along with it, we are going to study the characteristics of these 3 layers. Clear? So this is one of the example we can see here. If I say infrastructure as a service, who is a vendor going to develop? That is called Amazon EC2. Similarly, who is a product type? What is a type of the product? It is a virtual machine, it may be a storage device, it may be in a management. Similarly, if I talk about a software, I can say it is in a Clarizon.com or a project management, or a Google Apps is a software as a service, which is going to software can be used. Web 2.0 we can use. And what is the applications development? How it can be used? It can be accessible anytime and from anywhere. That is the motto of the application. Similarly, if I talk about a platform, it is in a program application interface. You please check it out my module 1, where I also discussed about what is mean by an API and what is mean by an ABI, application binary interfaces. So this is talks about the platform as a service. Now, as I told you, we are also going to learn, once if you know the basic architecture diagram, infrastructure implementation is so easy and it is a simple. Same layer, whatever I told in the initial stages of the architecture, x-axis talks about the hardware components, and it also talks about the negotiation, pricing, billing. Because the hardware is whatever I am going to purchase and I am going to utilize in the future, like in a virtually I want to share my physical resources and my storage devices, it is bounded within a negotiation. It is bounded within a service level agreement. So in this diagram, you can see that the innermost layer is called as a physical layer. You can also see that there is a different cloud is also available called as a third party IaaS cloud. So means I can also share some of the hardware resources from a third party person. That is also comes under the category of an IaaS. Now similarly, you can see there is a dashed line where I can also access the negotiation, like a provisioning or a providing the some of the services, which is called negotiation, or a pricing, or a controlling, or a monitoring, all those things. That is called here. You can see some of the QoS service level agreement. These are all called the management of software platforms. What are the platforms for billing, monitoring, reservations, VMware, image repository? All these are talks about the infrastructure managing the software on these physical hardware resources or in a third party physical resources. Similarly, the outermost layer talks about the web-based management interface. That is about the application to develop that application, and I can use that application from anywhere to any time. Is called as a software called as a web-based